Hello, everybody. I have another episode of What's the Biz for you. And today I have Miss Erin Carr with us today, so I'm very excited to have her here. And let's find out a little bit more about this young lady and what she is doing within her life. So, Erin, who are you for those that don't know who you are or however else? Who is Erin Carr?
Absolutely. So my name's Erin. Um, I chose to be a nurse practitioner by trade. I have several businesses, several in Medicare. One is a telemedicine provider, and then another one is care management. So we help people connect the dots with their offices and with health literacy, medication management, all that stuff. And then my husband and I own a paintball and airsoft field with teams. So we travel all over the country with that. And honestly, my most favorite adventure is financial services.
Wow, so you do a lot.
I do. I wear a lot of hats.
Wow. So the financial services is the one that has your heart, but then the others are kind of supplemental and
Absolutely. Well,
wow.
they still have my heart because it helps
Of
people in
course.
different ways, right? Like everybody needs health care, and the people that can't get out of their homes really deserve a good provider and somebody that actually cares for them. And paintball's just fun, right?
Right. Yes, yeah.
But the financial services definitely has a warm spot in my heart.
Oh, that's awesome. So what business started first? How did this all come about that you have so many different businesses?
Yeah, so the I didn't mention this one, but my husband does property services too. So that one came first. And he's been doing that since 2017. And then the telehealth medicine came, or yeah, the business came because I was tired of being in the hospital because I was an ER trauma nurse for 10 years prior to getting my NP, and worked at a bunch of level one trauma centers. And then I moved into, when I got my NP, a level one trauma hospitalist. And then I managed an office with an MA. And that's when I decided that like I could do this by myself. And so I took that and, you know, moved into that season. And that was an interesting season. And now it's finally like calm and just kind of moving forward. And care management followed just because of the need that was there for the patients and the lack of education, the lack of communication, the lack of literacy when it comes to healthcare. So we're really there to bridge that gap. That's a cool business because it actually it supports people in ways they didn't know they needed supported. We have a lot of older patients that are homebound, so they don't get outside a lot. So the interactions that they get on a monthly basis from this is really supportive to their mental health, and it gives them a friend and somebody they actually rely on calling all the time. So it's a really cool business. And the paintball field, my husband played professional paintball, and so the field came for sale by our house, and it was something that we both talked about pretty heavily because we wanted our boys to be able to grow up in a safe place because the world's so crazy and scary right now. We wanted a place where kids could be kids and not have to worry about, the outside world with things, and for parents to feel safe and, there to be something for kids to do that was positive for them. So we chose that in 22, 23. And then I started on the financial services journey in last year, and it has changed my life in so many ways.
That's awesome. Wow. So much, so much. And like obviously healthcare is one of the major things that is in everybody's life. And
Yeah.
everything has just been so crazy. If you all are here in the United States, I mean, everything has been just so crazy last year. Did they finally extend the subsidies for a couple of years? Is that what they did?
Um, so it was going, so they, it was originally going to end from COVID in October, but then they extended it. Um, and then with the shutdown, it got pushed, like everything was shut down October 1st for Medicare to do virtual visits or to, I say, reimburse virtual visits. But now they've pushed it to March, I think, and then they're trying to continue it.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I take a lot of cash payments for stuff too, so it's one of those things that you kind of have to work around and have critical thinking of like, okay, well, what's my plan B if plan A isn't going to work, and how to be able to like move and develop into that new space because
Wow.
it's really hard right now with all of the insurances to get reimbursed appropriately, and a lot of providers are moving to just like a direct care or a cash base platform because of reimbursement with insurances.
Yeah. And with everything being just so crazy right now, huh?
Yeah,
Isn't that wild? Oh, man. So they definitely need your help for sure. Wow, it is just it's a lot to think about and it's a very scary time frame for a lot of people right now.
it is, and so many different aspects, though, not just healthcare. I mean, our systems are just broken with a lot of things that we're doing, and then it's hard to trust people, you know, from your personal health to your money. It's just those are two very sensitive topics for people, and if you find somebody that actually cares and listens and takes the time to treat you and love you unconditionally for who you are and respect your wishes and your feelings, like that's a rarity.
Yeah. Wow. 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 So, where did you grow up? Like where are you at now? And what are you in Indiana?
I am. So I grew up in Indianapolis. I met my husband in seventh grade. He was my science partner. And
Oh.
um, from there, then like I went to college for IU. So I'm a Hoosier with my undergrad, and I got my master's at South University in Georgia. I lived in Naples, Florida for a while, and then now we live in Columbus, Indiana.
Wow. Okay. So down in Florida for a little bit and then back up to Indiana. Wow.
Yes.
And it's cold up there right now.
Listen, we're in a heat wave right now. We've made it double digits for a few days. The sun has been shining for a few days. So, and the snow, like the footage of snow that we have accumulated over the last few weeks has started to melt. Like I see the ground, and I feel like we are on like a victory of being winning at this point because I actually took my son to school yesterday without a coat. Like it's we're winning here.
Wow.
I,
That's awesome. So before you actually started your businesses or whatever else, what were you doing? What was the trajectory of your life before you decided you were going to open a business or businesses?
right. So I've always felt like I was meant for something more.
Yeah.
And I was not like the best student, like I struggled with stuff. And um I felt like I had a calling to help people, but I wasn't really sure like how and what I was being called to do. And so when I went to nursing school, it was between that and a teacher. because my parents had always told me, like, if you're always going to have a job, if you're a teacher or a nurse. And at that point in my life, like, I really needed a job, like a really stable job. And I was in my 20s and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go to school to become a nurse. And so I started down the journey of the prerequisites and, doing it. I was working full time. And then, like, I applied to nursing school, and like my parents would tell you that they never thought I'd get in. And I got in, and then I made it through nursing school and I passed the NCLEX. And then I started in PCU, which is a step down from ICU, and was bored out of my mind because I was like done with everything because I'm so hyper all the time. By like half my shift. And so I moved into the ER and I fell in love with the ER. And there was just something that was pulling me, to do something more. So I thought it was to become an NP. And don't get me wrong, I love being an NP, because when I was a nurse, I used to like I would catch myself saying like, "Oh my gosh, I would never like treat my patient like that." Right? Like I would never talk to them like that. I would never like own or associate what their desires or wants or like whatever was. And I kept saying, "Well, if I'm an NP, I'm gonna do it this way." And I do. I do a lot of like holistic treating along with like medication. And it just depends on like the person. And I fully 100% believe that people aren't numbers, right? Like we're
Right.
individuals. So I take the time with people and like sit down with them and do that. But then, like some financial hardships came, hard lessons came that honestly I needed to learn. My parents didn't teach me about money, even though they were fully like prepared for the future and had everything put away appropriately. I had no idea what to do. I mean, I showed up to my jobs and I signed on the line where they said like to do my 401k, and I didn't know any better. I didn't.
Yeah.
Um, and then once I had all those hard lessons a few years ago, I went down a rabbit hole. It's like, I have to figure this out. Like this is not okay. And I fell into Legacy Shield, doing that. And um, I cannot tell you how much this was like mind blowing and like eye opening for me of what we should be doing with our money and how we should be handling it and preparing for our future instead of putting them in 401ks and the vitality of the market. And in 2008, when everything crashed, I didn't have any care in the world. It didn't affect me. I think I was out of high school for 5 years. I was just living my best life of what I thought was my best life. And I had no idea what was going on and how it affected people. But now that I'm in my 40s, like it's terrifying, you
Yeah, yeah.
know? Um, but like I finally feel where I'm supposed to be. It's that
Perfect.
helping people relieve that heaviness and that anxiety and that fear and that pressure of money and what their future is going to look like to make sure that they have a safe place to actually live their best life. And what I mean by that is like having money that's not going to disappear with the market, having money that's put away in case something happens to you. You know, most people will experience a heart attack, a stroke, or a debilitating disease by the time they're like 60, and our country, the food that we eat and all of it's just so much goes into that. So why not do what? I can to help people prepare for that so they know they're prepared and they're safe and they can leave legacies behind and learn how to like get out of debt without having to do debt programs if they don't need to and just be a safe place for them because I feel like that's our world needs that right now. Like they
Yeah.
need to feel safe. They need to feel secure and loved and like understood, right? And not judged. And I think that's like the most important thing with this business is showing people that you can do it. You're going to be okay. This is not like it seems so much worse than what it is. And you're safe here to grow. You're safe to be like who you were destined to be.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're just so easy to talk to, and you just yeah, I can see through your aura, however else the love that you have, and you put it out there, and you vocalize it so well, and it's just so awesome to see. So yeah, I would imagine that the people that do come to you or whatever for your services really do get that love and attention and the understanding and the empathy that's really needed. So that's really awesome. So
Thanks.
yeah, of course, thank you. So, with other people that are in this space or business that you're in or businesses, what makes
Yeah,
your business really different? I mean, obviously, you are a shining example of that, but is there anything else that makes you stand out a little bit different from your other colleagues or other people that are doing the same kind of thing?
sure. So, I offer 440 plus different products that can help people navigate their financial future. I help with debt navigation. Some, most of the time we get it resolved. There's several ways that we can do that. I focus on families, individuals, small businesses. And it's really, I'm here for your protection, right? Like I'm here to support you. I'm here for you to look at everything. I always, you know, I'm huge with AI. So like we get answers pretty quick and we're there to support you, which I think a lot of people in this business are struggling because it's not everybody's trustworthy, right? Like you have to be a trustworthy person and honest. And there's just not everybody in this world is that way, you know? And it's really hard to find somebody that you really feel like, okay, like I feel safe here. And that's what they get with us and me is they're like a one-on-one full dedication. Um, if you need other services, we're here for that. But I do everything from um, you know, eliminating risks, taxes, and fees is legally, with everything. And then along with making sure that where your money's parked is a great place to where it's going to grow to its maximum benefit and potential, along with, debt navigation. Like I already said, we do have 401k options, but I'm not a big believer in that anymore, so I don't like to offer it. Um, but there are other avenues that we can go that we can get people in. We work with some amazing companies, like super high-end companies that give myself along with our clients direct access to specific individuals. So if you have a call or you need something, you get a human. You get somebody that can speak your language, whether that's English or Spanish or French or whatever. We're here to support you. And I think that's, a big thing. Another thing is big companies go off minimums and quotas. I don't. Like, I'm here specifically just for you. So whether you can save $20 a month or 3,500, 5,000 a month, everybody's welcome. We don't discriminate or push people away, no matter how bad your debt is or how little you can save. or put away for that matter. And
That's,
the best part, everything's free.
wow, that's awesome. That's very cool. So what's a transformation or result that you're most proud of helping somebody achieve?
Absolutely. So I had somebody that was like, I think they were like $65,000 in debt. And we were able to get them debt free without going through a debt management program. And they got set up for their future. And so not only did they get like set up for their future, but they made sure that if something ever happened to them, that they had stuff put in place to leave a legacy behind for their kids, for their family. So their kids and family wouldn't have to go through the trials financially that they went through, which I think is really amazing and,
That is
gives
awesome.
that family a fresh start to like, you know, change the direction financially of what that family had gone through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so amazing. And
Wow.
I had a friend who actually he had cancer and he was able to get 90% of that money that he put away so he could get like holistic treatment instead of having to go through the chemo and everything. And thank God he's cancer free now.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's really, really cool. So what
Yeah.
is, yeah, wow. That's got to take that in for a second. That's really good.
It is. I mean, could you imagine like you find out you have that diagnosis and it just like
Oh,
paralyzes you and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to do that treatment because, like it's so bad for your body." Oh,
yeah.
wait, but like I have $500,000 that I just got a check for and now I can go and still live my normal life and go get treated in Mexico,
Just,
and
yeah.
now and I'm cancer free.
Wow.
And I don't have to like I'm not in debt for it. I'm not selling my soul for it. I'm not like isn't that like I don't know, it holds a special place in my heart.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Wow. And it's crazy. I mean, there's different options down there, and like we're here, and they're always pushing you down one road, and this is
Yeah.
what you need to do. But there are other options out there if you really keep your
Yeah.
your mind open to different possibilities.
Yeah, 100%. And
That's
it's not that there's a right way or a wrong way,
exactly.
right? And it's just asking about the the right questions,
Yeah.
right? Like how much are you willing to risk losing? How much are you willing to pay in taxes? How much, these are all appropriate questions. I had no idea to even ask those questions. So I feel like if I didn't know, there's so
Yeah.
many people that don't know and don't even realize it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the whole thing. And you're at a point where you're vulnerable and you're scared and you don't know what to
Right.
do. And so obviously you're going to follow what your doctor says because he's
Yeah,
your one point of contact. And
exactly.
and you follow what he says or she says because they're the one that's right in front of you and you don't realize
Yeah.
that there are other options out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
wow. Wow. That's crazy. So what is one mistake that you see people make before they start working with you? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, the big one is 401ks. Like, um, just because, and not to say that they're a bad product, right? There's just other things that might benefit you more for your future. Um, because I was so uneducated and I wasn't taught in school or anything like that. Um, I signed on the dotted line for the 401k.
Yeah.
Like most people do, right? Like you
Yeah.
grow up, you're like, I'm gonna go get a job, and then they put the paper in front of you, you sign it, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna match what you're putting in, and you're like, oh, cool, right? Like I'm gonna put in 3% because you're gonna put in 3%. But that's what we're told to do, right? It's free money. Well, once I started into this, I didn't realize, yeah, that's super cool. It's free money while I'm working, but what happens, like I have to pay the income taxes on that. So if I were to have like $1 million in my 401k, like half of it's gone to taxes, right? And me, and I'm sure other people can attest to this, that like if you looked at your balance in your 401k, you're like, oh, I got $1 million. I'm going to be set. I'm going to be fine. And you don't take into account for the 1 to 2% management fees or, the income taxes or the penalties or anything else that has to come out of that. And then you're left with like $500,000, hopefully, because we all know that income taxes are going to increase, right?
Yeah.
So then what? Like, I can't live off $400,000 for the rest of my life. Like, so that was my biggest, like, oh my gosh moment, like when I really sat down and understood, like, are you kidding me? Like, but yeah, so um that was one of my biggest moments.
Wow. That's awesome. Wow. Holy moly. Yeah. There's just a lot. Because again, I mean, I know when I started too, like, I got out of high school and you started a job or whatever, and it's like they start talking about 401k and everything else. And like I had questions, like I didn't know, like, what do I do? How much do I put in?
Right.
What about, and people didn't have the answers for me. I
No.
mean, my boss didn't have my answers. My dad didn't have my answers. Like I didn't know what to do. So like you said, you just sign on the dotted line. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just do this. This is,
Yeah. They just don't explain it. Like they don't
yeah.
answer it. And like right now, like if I were to say to you, Roy, where do you get your financial information from?
Yeah.
You're gonna say the internet, friends, social media, right? Banks don't really want to educate you. They're like, "Oh, here's a loan, here's a credit card." They're in the business of like giving money, right? Like they want to lend money. And then we have businesses that are like, "What just happened to us? Sign on the dotted line." They don't explain what we're doing, why we're doing it, or like what comes with it besides like we're going to match this, it's going to do this, and you might get a 4 to 6% increase with unlimited potential. And half the time they won't even tell you that it's on the market, right? Because that's where you get most of your like lift.
Yeah.
And they definitely aren't going to tell you if the market crashes that like your whole life just disappears.
You're right. Exactly.
And then you have those, the big firms where they will only see you if you have a quarter plus million in the bank, right? Which isn't feasible for most Americans because pretty much everybody is living paycheck to paycheck. So what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you
Yeah.
go with the flow because that's what we're expected to do pretty much, right? So,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
but
There's very
yeah,
little wiggle room. Yeah. A lot of people are living check to check, and it's again a scary time.
it is. And it's
Yeah.
hard and it's so stressful on people and it's so heavy, and it shouldn't have to be that way.
Wow. 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 So when you started your entrepreneurial journey and all of that, did you start through Entra? I know a lot of people have started through Entra. Did you do that route, or did you start your in your own way, or
I
what
just
kind of?
kind of jumped into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't educated. Like I was just like, oh, I can do this. And I've had a lot of hard lessons because I did not have somebody guiding me and supporting me and educating me of like how to do it.
Yeah.
And like now I wish, honestly, I probably would have done it the same way because the easier way does not always stick to me, Like I feel like I have to learn those hard lessons, but I needed those lessons. Like I needed to
Or
feel, like I was at my very lowest financially. I needed to feel what most people feel every day to be able to grow.
yeah.
And, by the grace of God, I was able to like find this and feel at home with it, and realize that like what I went through was so I could help others and explain to them like, hey, like I've been there. Like I know the panic. I know the anxiety. I know like when you're waking up from a dead sleep, not being able to breathe or worried about like what you're doing and everybody could be watching you or something, like I've been there and I get it. And to have somebody tell you like it's going to be okay. Like I'm going to hold your hand, I'm going to support you, I'm going to show up for you. It's life changing for
Yeah,
that,
it's
you
awesome.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what brought you to the RDE? Did you become involved with us?
Oh, I love this place. It makes I get so excited for it. All every like on Tuesdays, I'm like, oh, I get to see my friends and Fridays. Honestly, I was on Facebook kind of doom scrolling and I saw an ad for Stevie, like just like inviting us, and then I think I probably like liked something or commented on something, and she messaged me. I was like, oh, I like her. She's normal. Like she's not, you know. And when she was talking to me, she was just herself, her authentic, beautiful, amazing, caring, exquisite self. And I was drawn to her energy and her light. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? And I had just listened to the one of the like CEOs or whatever of the company tell us that we needed to be in a mastermind. And I was like, okay, well, like I'm gonna join. So I joined a Friday meeting and I was like, oh yeah, no, like I have to do this. And um, the rest is history. Like I love my pod. Like my Tuesday group, like they're my family. I love them. Like it's so cool having support and love and acceptance from people all across the world even, right? And having people that look out for you and that are rooting for you and that will tell you the truth on things and support your business and help you just grow like not as a business, but as a human. Like it's so cool. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
It's a totally different ecosystem than, really anywhere else you can find. And we're so excited to be building it and to have people like you with us. It's awesome. Just so amazing. So how can people reach out to you? Do you have a website? Do you want them to email you? How do people get a hold of you?
Sure. So I'm on Facebook. You can reach out personally to me, Erin Carr or Legacy Shield Consulting. You're more than welcome to email me. Um, you can Erin Carr LLC at gmail.com. Or you can call or text me, whatever you want to do. My phone number is 317-697-9296. So if that's something that you want or need or just want a friend, like I'm always here. And I tell people there's never any strings attached. So if it doesn't resonate with you or you don't feel good with something, just tell me and we'll find a different avenue for it to like feel good.
Yeah, that's so awesome. That's great. And I'll get the information from you also, so we'll have it listed down below so people we'll be able to find you and know exactly, how to reach out to you. So it has been an absolute pleasure, young lady. I am so happy that we were able to do this. And
Yeah.
I love always working with you and seeing your
Oh,
beautiful energy and your love and your light come through. And it's so genuine and it's beautiful to see in a world that's just so crazy and topsy-turvy as it is right now and crazy,
yeah.
to find some really beautiful souls that really have it within their heart to help people.
Yeah. I love you so much, Roy.
Oh,
Thank you for
thank you,
doing
darling.
this.
It's been awesome. So, all right. Well, we will see you down the road. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.